Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are diving right into the brilliant 2014 sci-fi masterpiece, Edge of Tomorrow. We're going to unpack its fascinating narrative of dying to learn, break down the time loop, the alien invasion, and, of course, dissect that incredible ending twist that literally changes everything. Seriously, imagine fighting a brutal, totally overwhelming war where death isn't actually the end. It's just a really painful reset button, giving you another shot to survive. What would it feel like to get killed on the battlefield, only to snap awake at the exact same moment that morning, forced to try all over again? That is the wild premise we're tackling today. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the Mimic Invasion, and our totally unlikely hero. To set the stage here, we've got to look at the horrific mismatch at the core of this story. On one side, we have the Mimics, this mysterious, impossibly fast alien race that is basically steamrolling Earth until humanity is on the brink of total defeat. On the other side, Major William Cage. And guys, he's no grizzled combat vet. He's literally a military public relations officer with zero combat experience. When the world preps a massive final attack on the beaches of France, Cage actually tries to weasel out of it. But nope, he gets arrested, demoted, and shoved right onto the front lines anyway. Dropped right into the meat grinder with absolutely no skills, Cage's first battle is just pure chaos. Explosions everywhere, highly trained soldiers getting wiped out in seconds, and Cage? He predictably dies in a matter of minutes. But right before he bites it, he accidentally blows up this rare glowing blue mimic. As it dies, the alien's blood completely soaks Cage just before his own death. Moving on to Section 2, Cage's first-time loop, and that mind-bending twist. So what happens after that fatal explosion? Instead of, staying dead, Cage suddenly snaps awake. But he's not in the afterlife. He's back at the military base on the exact same morning right before the battle. At first, he thinks he's completely losing his mind. But no, he is literally forced to relive that same horrific day. He drops into battle, dies, and immediately wakes up at the same starting point. Again, and again, and again. Over hundreds of gruesome attempts, and yeah, we are talking hundreds, Cage uses these countless failures to memorize the entire battlefield. He learns exactly where every explosion is going to hit, where every single attack is coming from, and every danger waiting for him. Every single time he dies, he learns something new. It's like a giant, deadly puzzle, slowly forging this terrified PR officer into an incredibly lethal fighter. All right, Section 3. Teaming up with Rita and finally finding an ally. Going through all of this on your own would be agonizing, right? But during one of his loops, the legendary soldier Rita Vrataski sees Cage doing the absolute impossible. He's anticipating enemy movements before they even happen. Right before they're overrun, she hits him with this iconic instruction. When you wake up, find me. Next loop, Cage does exactly that. And Rita gets his situation immediately, because years ago the exact same thing happened to her. She used to have this alien time reset ability but lost it. Now Cage carries that power. And together, they decide to hunt down the source of the mimics. Which brings us to Section 4, the Omega reset mechanic and the ultimate tactical advantage. We know the loop exists, but why? Well, Rita reveals that the alien army isn't just some random swarm of monsters. They operate as a single hive mind, entirely orchestrated by a massive mastermind creature known as the Omega. It's basically the central brain, hidden away and pulling every single string. And here is exactly why the mimics always win. Whenever a rare alpha mimic, like that blue one Cage killed, dies in battle, the Omega simply resets time. It sends the battle memories back to the past, so the aliens literally always know humanity's moves before they even make them. But because Cage absorbed the Alpha's blood during his very first drop, he accidentally hijacked their whole system. He became the trigger for the reset. Let's look at Section 5, losing the power as disaster strikes. So Cage and Rita know they have to destroy the Omega to end this war, but the tension absolutely skyrockets when disaster strikes. During a really brutal attempt, Cage gets seriously injured. He wakes up strapped to a hospital bed, and doctors have just given him a standard medical blood transfusion. He doesn't realize it until it's too late, but that simple medical procedure strips him of the alien blood. Just like Rita years before, Cage's time loop ability is gone forever. The safety net completely vanished. If he dies now, it is permanent. This is his final chance. That sets the stage for Section 6, the all-or-nothing final battle. With the power gone and only one life left, there are zero do-overs. Cage, Rita, and a small team launch one last suicide mission into Paris. Figuring out the Omega is hiding deep underneath the Louvre. The timeline of this final push is just brutal. One by one, the squad members sacrifice themselves to clear a path. Rita heroically stays behind to hold off the mimic horde, buying Cage just enough time. Plunging into the water, Cage reaches the Omega and manages to drop a belt of grenades right into its glowing core. Boom! The massive explosion destroys the Omega. Cage is fatally wounded and dies, but as he sinks, the dying Omega's blood washes over him, triggering one last massive time reset. Finally, Section 7, the ending, the hidden meaning, and humanity's victory. Let's look at the aftermath of this final reset, because it changes the fate of humanity entirely. Cage wakes up once more, but this time he's farther back in time, and the world is completely different. Because the Omega was destroyed in the future, the mimics have mysteriously just died worldwide, in the present. Humanity has finally won the war before the massive beach invasion even happens. Everyone who sacrificed themselves, including his squad, is alive again. Cage walks into the military base, finds Rita, and she has absolutely no memory of him or what he sacrificed for them. As she asks him what he wants, Cage just smiles. He's the only one who remembers the unbelievable, grueling journey they took to save the world. Beyond the brilliant sci-fi action and the time-bending mechanics, this explainer highlights a real masterclass in resilience. Edge of Tomorrow isn't just a movie about shooting aliens. It's a super powerful metaphor for learning from failure. Every mistake, every brutal death made Cage stronger and smarter. The story is a potent reminder that true mastery and ultimate success are built by embracing our mistakes, analyzing our failures, and absolutely refusing to give up, no matter how many times we get knocked down. It's such a fascinating concept to apply to our own lives. As you think about how you tackle your own daily battles, the times you fail, and the lessons you learn to get back up, I leave you with this final question to ponder. If you had the power to relive one single day over and over again,